refreshing ideas with no new takes. Give us new stuff for genius sake. Entertaining stuff you need to make. That old Yorkshire Geek with stories to unfold. Keep your eyes wide open and your soul won't grow cold. In the realm of the strange and the fantastical, lost in the dark, but it's light so magical.
Hey up, it's Steve. What's happened to me hair there? Has it stuck out a mile? Hey up, it's Steve from the Old Yorkshire Geek, and welcome to the next episode of my top 5 favourite movies from each year since I was born, or whatever. I don't think we'll ever get a proper title for this series, but anyway. We're up to 2001, or 2001, or whatever you want to call it. Hang on. Sorry, I got some gum in my mouth. How unprofessional of me. I'll just add it to my little pile of... I've seen how big I can get it, this little pile of dried up gum. I'm disgusting, I am. I forgot what I was saying now. Alright, yes, we're up to 2001. So we've got my top 5 favourite films of that year and many, many honourable mentions. But before we start, don't forget to like and subscribe, share the videos, drop a comment, hit the notification bell if you're subscribed already. We're live on Rumble and YouTube. I don't know why I said Rumble first, whatever. And YouTube and Twitch. Don't know why I keep doing Twitch. We're live on those platforms. What else? Explore the description. Where is it? There we go. Explore the description for links for stuff like merch and my books. Oh, they're underneath stuff. Hang on. Let me move my Book of the Dead. I'm going to draw some pictures in this. This is my son's book. I've shown you it before, but he got it. I think he got it for Christmas. My son, and it's a cool old leather-bound book with all blank like crusty old pages in, as though they're made out of human flesh or something. But I'm going to see if I can get a copy of, not a copy, but find on the internet. You know, the Book of the Dead from, oh God, hang on. Windgrace is telling me. Booming audio today, very bassy voice. Hang on then. Let's adjust this slightly. Probably won't be able to hear. I've adjusted it slightly. Anyway, I'm going to see if I can do something with that. Chuck it over there for now. Where were we? My books. Here they are. Silent Predator, short horror novella about genetically engineered big cats roaming free and eating people in a North Yorkshire village. And Mercury Rapids, a light-hearted sci-fi action-adventure about UFOs and stuff, and people go to the moon and to comets and all over the place, and it's just a bit of fun. Amazon Kindle and paperback. Give them a whirl. Right, is that audio a bit better? I've lowered it a touch. Hopefully it's a little bit better. Do it again. Adjust it a little bit more downwards. You never know with this thing. You never know with it. Anyway. Right, so 2001. It was a good year with this year. Some great films. As I said, it's my top 5 favourite movies of this year and many honourable mentions. They're not in any order, so it's not a list. It's not a countdown. It's just a list. So they're my personal favourite 5 films of this year. There could be wiggle room. You know, there could be times when maybe some of my honourable mentions I'll jump into the top 5 or whatever. But anyway, so they're not necessarily the best films of that year. They're my personal 5 favourite films, and as I said, many, many honourable mentions. Right, so we'll get on with it, shall we? Have I missed anything? Oh, yes, super chats and super thanks would be hugely appreciated. If you become a subscriber for longer than a day, you can join in the live chat. That Windgrace is there. Become a member of the YouTube channel. You get early access videos and exclusive videos and stuff like that. And Windgrace says, this stream is 2001, a toy goddessy. It is indeed. I'm trying to think of a witty comeback, but nothing comes to mind. But anyway. Right, so off we go. I think 2001 did feature in 1968, didn't it? I think it did. way back when, in the mists of time, in what would have been the second episode of this series. But anyway. Right, so off we go. Right, we'll begin. I've got my list. Here we go. Just bear with me. There we go. Right. So here we go. First up, I'll just do it like that. Yeah, we'll do it like that. Oh, pardon me, I'm burping. Because it's the 1st of October, happy spooky season to everybody. Because the 1st of October, the temperature has dropped a bit here in the UK, here in wild West Yorkshire. So I put a pan of stew on. So I've been having stew today for all my meals, with dumplings, of course. So that's why I'll be burping. But not that I need an excuse to burp. I can burp with water. Blooming can. I can burp with fresh air. Anyway, right. So first up. In my list is Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone, a.k.a., as it's known in America, Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone. I'm not sure why. I don't know if it's to do... People have said it's because Americans wouldn't know what a philosopher was. But I don't think it is that reason why they changed it for the American audience. I think they wanted it to sound a bit more dangerous and exciting. Because a philosopher these days... we just think of somebody that's a bit of a thinker, don't we? You know, why am I here? What is my purpose? And stuff like that. That's a philosopher these days. But I think in the olden days, when the term Philosopher's Stone was thought up, or whatever, Nicholas Flamel, or whatever, he's mentioned in Harry Potter. A philosopher was something like an alchemist. Not just a thinker, but also an experimenter and all that stuff. So it could cover, many things. But over here, with a Philosopher's Stone, you'll get a better poster, I must admit. But anyway, it's the first of the Harry Potter movie adaptations, and I love them all. I do love them all. I've not read the books. I've got the first 5-ish. I don't know. I've not read them. I started reading them. I've heard they get better, but the first one, I don't know. I couldn't get into it. So I've not read them. But anyway, so there we go. Daniel Radcliffe. Oh, obviously, the kids that we come to know, and who J.K. Rowling hates now, or most of them. Yeah, that post does look like a child's first computer project. It's not exactly inspiring, is it? I don't know if this is what's on, what were on our movie posters. I don't know, but it's not very good, is it? But anyway, so Daniel Radcliffe, Emma Watson, Rupert Grint as the three main child actors, as Harry Potter, Hermione Granger, and Ron Weasley. And then we had Richard Harris as Dumbledore. Richard Harris as Dumbledore. The late Richard Harris, he passed away. He did the first 2 films, didn't he? And then he passed away and turned the role over to Michael Gambon. Also, the late... why am I blanking? Why am I blanking on his name? Robbie Coltrane. The late Robbie Coltrane as Hagrid. The late... They're dropping like flies out of this series, aren't they? Why can I never remember names? I'm bloody hopeless. I can't remember his name. Anyway, Maggie Smith. I think it's Maggie. Yeah, Maggie Smith as what's her face. I didn't like the first books of Win Grace. I put it down for a few years, but they get way better. Yes, that's what I've heard. I think as the kids get older, does it get more mature? What's his blooming name? By Grabthar's hammer. The late she died as well as Maggie Smith. I can't remember. Blimey, tell you. No wonder they're doing a new series because there's nobody left to do the. There's not many of them coming from the old series, from the movies. Anyway, Josh Temple's here to harpoon my brain because it's not working again tonight. Hey. I'm still black. I can't remember his name. Why can't I remember his name? Doing me head in. I'll get you, Harry Potter. No, it's gone. Can't remember. And I can't be bothered looking it up. Sorry, I'll look him up. But it don't matter because Windgrace will tell me anyway. Before I get a chance to. He's typing it now. I'll just type in Snape. Alan Rickman, of course. Why can't I bloody remember his name? Does me head in. It's my brain. Anyway, so there we go. So that's Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone. A really, really good film. A good start. Directed by Chris Columbus. Great music by John Williams. And, it's time for me to start watching these films again. I usually save them for Christmas, though. Because at least the first couple have more of a Christmassy feeling, don't they? But anyway. There's the American thing. Next up. Speaking of Christmas and watching things as the year draws to an end, that's what I generally do. Lord of the Rings, The Fellowship of the Ring, another movie adaptation of a famous book that I've not read, but I have got. The Fellowship of the Ring, the first part of the greatest trilogy of movies ever made, in my opinion, and in many others' opinions. What can you say about it? A masterpiece. The entire trilogy is a masterpiece. Based on J.R.R. Tolkien's work, which I've not read, directed by Peter Jackson, starring all these people whose names I can't remember because I'm bloody hopeless. I tell you, I'm useless. Let's have a look. Viggo Mortensen, there we go. Elijah Wood, Ian McKellen, Liv Tyler, Viggo Mortensen, Sean Astin, Kate Blanchett, John Rhys Davis, Billy Boyd, Dominic Monaghan, Orlando Bloom, Christopher Lee, Hugo Weaving, and featuring Sean Bean. And Ian Holm with Andy Serkis as Gollum. Does he feature in? Does Andy Serkis feature in this? But his voice will, won't he? Did he do any of the motion capture for this? Because he's barely in it, is he, Gollum? Is he? You just like see bits of him, don't we? Anyway, an amazing score from Howard Shaw, and an amazing film. And basically, people just watch all of them, don't they? Well, I do anyway. Try and get through all of them in one sitting, which is really hard to do. But it's worth it. It's worth it. But, so there we go. That's number 2, Lord of the Rings, The Fellowship of the Ring. I remember seeing this at the cinema, but nobody ever watches the theatrical versions anymore, do they? Did anybody ever watch the theatrical versions of Lord of the Rings? We all watch the extended ones, don't we? We should do anyway. Next up, Atlantis, The Lost Empire, one of my favourite Disney animated movies / cartoons. No singing in this. It's just a straight up animated adventure film with. Is it Michael J. Fox? I'm going to have to check this or no. Does it say? Does it tell us down here? I can't remember the voices. No, it doesn't say, does it? Oh, pardon me. I think it's Michael J. Fox. It's a while since I've seen it, to be honest. Let's have a look. Yes, it is Michael J. Fox. There's Milo Thatch. Who else have we got in it? James Garner. He plays a baddie. Spoilers. We've also got Jim Varney. Who else? Cree Summer. Yes, I'm going to say Claudia Christian in a memorable role. She's in it as well. The voices are, anyway. And Leonard Nimoy, he's in it and all. But, it's a great romping adventure where it's set in like the turn of the century, and a team going in a super duper Jules Verne-ish submarine going looking for Atlantis, the lost city of Atlantis. And spoilers, they find it. But it's really cool stuff with some great visuals. Around the time when Disney was starting to add more CG into their traditionally animated features. But it is well worth a watch, and that's it. No songs in it, not that I recall. I don't think there is, but it's just a good rollicking adventure. And I wish, again, spoilers again, don't want to spoil all, but I wish they'd kept the submarine for longer. But never mind. Right, so that's that number 3. That's number 3, isn't it? And number 4, Jeepers Creepers. I thought I'd put this lower. I thought I'd put this in the honourable mentions. Obviously not. But one of my favourite horror films, which will feature, but not in my top 10. It's in my top 5 of 2001, but it's not in my top 10 horror films of all time, which we're going to do on the 29th of October. I'm going to do a live stream with my top 5 top 10 favourite horror films of all time. But here's Jeepers Creepers from Victor Salva. Yes, we know all about him. It's just never mind. We're talking about the film, not him. Starring I forgot his name, Justin Long, Gina Phillips, and the fella who plays the creeper, whose name I forgot. Who else is in it? Eileen Brennan in it as well. We may know from Private Benjamin, I think she were in, wasn't she? As well as other stuff, but I remember. Jonathan Breck plays the creeper. And it's a great film. I think I like it because I went into it. When I first saw it, I knew nothing about this film. It was a film I just saw. I probably saw the cover. Maybe I rented it. I can't remember. 2001, were they rented? Well, Blockbuster going then? Might have been. I think I rented it. Didn't know anything about it. Put it on. And then about halfway through the film, there's a reveal about what the creeper is. And I didn't see that coming. I had no idea about it. And I was like, wow, this is a cool film. And it is a cool film with a great ending. And we've had some sequels. The Jeepers Creepers 2 is pretty good. The rest of them, there's 2 more in there. Not very good. But anyway. Are they doing another one? Did I see somewhere they're going to have another one? I don't know, but anyway. So that's it. That's Jeepers Creepers. Well worth a look. Just don't think about who directed it and wrote it. Just never mind. Just enjoy the film. Don't get into that can of worms. All right, and finally, number 5 is Jurassic Park 3. I really like Jurassic Park 3. Some people, knock it and say it's not very good, but I think it is a good film. Directed by Joe Johnston. Who I think is a really good director. I like Joe Johnston films as a rule. But Sam Neill returns, goes to Isla Sorna, doesn't go to Isla Nublar. He's kind of kidnapped by David Duchovny's wife, or she was, Tia Leone, and her husband in this film. Well, I can't remember. We were in Fargo. I'm hopeless at names. I should have it all up here, shouldn't I? I should have all the... I don't want loads of tabs open because that sometimes interferes with the stream. What I'm looking for, Jurassic Park 3. Hey, where is he? William H. Macy. That's who I'm thinking of. William H. Macy. He's in it as well. Because they've gone looking for their son who went missing because his Tia Leone's boyfriend, they play a couple that's separated, or maybe divorced, I don't know. Her boyfriend took her son on an adventure holiday where they went paragliding over the 5 deaths, the islands of where the dinosaurs are. And they must know about these dinosaurs because the boat says Jurassic Tours. I think it does anyway. But then, something goes wrong, obviously, and he goes missing there. And they've gone to look for him, and, fun and games ensue with dinosaurs, T-Rexes and Spinosauruses and Pteranodons and all that stuff. It is a really good film, and I don't know who did the music for this. I don't think it was John Williams, was it? I think somebody else did the music for it. Let's have a look. Music by Don Davis. There we go. But I think we do hear the John Williams Jurassic Park theme. But it did good at the box office, according to that. But anyway, they always do the dinosaur films. The dinosaur. I love them. I love all the Jurassic Park films and Jurassic World films. So there. Right. So there we go. That was my top 5. So we'll go through them again in reverse order. So number 5. It's not. They're not in any order, but the last one was Jurassic Park 3, then Jeepers Creepers, then Atlantis: The Lost Empire, then Lord of the Rings: The Fellowship of the Ring, and Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's / Philosopher's Stone. So there we go. Right, so honourable mention time. Oh, what happened then? Honourable mention time. So, we'll get them up. I don't know how many there is. I haven't counted them. I usually have about 20-ish. No, oh, excuse me. Right, where are we? Let me see if it. Where is it? I'm going the wrong way. How many honourable mentions is there? 23. Got 23 honourable mentions. With more for 2002, I tell you. I think originally we had 29. What's that saying? Oh. Hey? What you said that for? Sorry, my computer's giving me weird messages. Anywho, honourable mentions time. Right, so first up in the honourable mentions for 2001, Lara Croft Tomb Raider, the first movie, starring Angelina Jolie and directed by, I can't remember his name, Simon West. I nearly said Simon Wells, but he was the fellow that directed the remake of The Time Machine, wasn't he? H.G. Wells' great-grandson or something. No, Simon West, and I really like this film. I think it's really good. I think it's miles better than the second one, Cradle of Life, and infinitely better than the one starring that other woman from Ex Machina, whose name I'm blanking on. But anyway, Angelina Jolie brings Lara Croft to the screen, and in a great adventure. I really like it, and it's it's a lot like the game, really, in a lot of ways. She goes into tombs, there's monsters, all that stuff, running about, shooting guns, solving puzzles. It's good stuff. I don't know why people don't like it. The score, there's some of the music in it, particularly the pop music and stuff, leave a bit to be desired. But apart from that, I think it's a really, really good film. I do like Lara Croft. I think we've done it, haven't we, in Magnificent Mondays? I'm sure we have at some point. Go look it up. Right, next up, Black Hawk Down, one of Ridley Scott's best films, in my opinion. Probably second best film, in my opinion, after Gladiator, which came out the year before. They said based on a true story. It's based on true events, isn't it? I don't know if it's based on a true story, but the incident that it's based on happened. I don't know how true it is. Maybe Josh and Wingrace know. I don't know, but set in Somalia during troubled times when American forces are acting as like peacekeeping forces. But it all kicks off, and there's like a civil war going on in Somalia, and some American troops, their Black Hawk helicopter gets shot down, and they've got to send in soldiers to rescue them, and they get caught up in all the fighting and stuff. And it's a lot like, I don't know, like Assault on Precinct 13 or films like that, where it's kind of a siege thing, where there's just masses of bad guys just coming down on the heroes. They've either got to fight their way out or just hold their ground until rescue arrives and stuff like that. It is a really good film with some great actors in it. We'll go through them. I hope we can see them on this poster because I can't bloody remember names. You know what I'm like. Josh Hartnett, there we go. Eric Banner, Ewan McGregor, Tom Sizemore, William Fichtner, and Sam Shepard. There's loads of other names as well. I think Oscar Isaac, Jason Isaac, he's in it. Who else? Loads of faces that you know. Ooh, gone the wrong way. But yeah, great film. Josh Temple says it's very close to reality, but it was much more brutal in reality. It was a bad thing. Well, yes, reality is often worse in it than anything fictional. But yeah, Black Hawk Down, great film. As I said, probably my second favourite Ridley Scott film. Next up, AI, artificial intelligence. This film was gonna be a Stanley Kubrick film, wasn't it? But he passed away, didn't he? Before he had a chance to start making it. Steven Spielberg stepped in and carried on. And I really like this film. It has me bawling at the end. I do. I'm always crying at this film because I'm a big soft bugger. But yeah, Haley Joel Osment playing a little robot kid who wants to be a real boy. It's essentially Pinocchio, isn't it? It's Pinocchio, really, with No, it is just Pinocchio, isn't it? I wouldn't say Peter Pan, but it's not, is it? It's just Pinocchio, isn't it? He goes looking for the blue fairy, doesn't he? We've also got Jude Law in it, who plays Gigolo Joe, and loads of other people. And but it's mostly Haley Joel Osment and Jude Law on an adventure set in the near future. There's been some sort of ecological disaster because we see that New York's underwater and all that. And there's lots of robots knocking about, androids, and it's really well made. And the end, people say, "What's that ending all about?" But I think it's really cool and quite sad, but also not sad, but I don't know, a little melancholy, maybe a little bit. That spoilers. By the end, we see that there's no people left. It goes like thousands of years into the future, and we see that there's no people left. There's just our descendants are not other people. Our descendants are the machines that we originally built, and they've evolved and taken over. But it is a great film and with amazing effects. But so we've got AI, artificial intelligence. There we go. Next up, Monsters Inc. Back when Pixar used to know how to make great family animated comedies. Billy Crystal and is it John Goodman? I can't remember who does the voice of Sully. But anyway, Billy Crystal as Mike Wazowski. Hilarious film, in my opinion. I think it is really, really good in Monsters Inc. Where the monsters are the heroes, and their job is to go into the real world through these magical doors to kids and get kids to scream, to scare children, in their bedrooms at night, and make them scream, and they collect the screams in a thing, and that powers their city of Monstropolis. But things go awry when one of the kids follows them back, and they're all terrified of the kid, and it is very, very funny. It is very, very funny and poignant in places, but mostly funny because of Billy Crystal's Mike Wazowski. When he's putting in his contact lenses, I pee myself laughing every time. It's massive contact lenses. Anyway, so there we go, that's Monsters Inc. Next up, sticking with that animation, Shrek. Mike Myers, Eddie Murphy, Cameron Diaz, John Lithgow. I've just read that, yes I know. A DreamWorks, was it DreamWorks' first animated film? Might have been, don't know. But again, it's really, really funny. Funny for all the family. There's jokes for adults, there's jokes for kids. But it is really, really good. John Lithgow plays, the baddie. I can't remember his name now. But he wants to marry Princess Fiona, but she's got a secret that I'll not tell you. And Eddie Murphy plays. I mean, you'll know. It's from like 24 years ago, for crying out loud. Eddie Murphy plays the funny donkey, the talking donkey, who doesn't start out talking. He ends up, because magical spells, because it's a fairy tale, are real. But it ends up being I'm a flying talking donkey, or talking flying donkey, or whatever. Anywho, who directed this one? Andrew Adamson and Vicky Jensen. I don't know. But Shrek. Loads of sequels. Some of them are good, some of them not quite as good. And spin-offs as well, isn't there? There's Puss in Boots, that's a spin-off, isn't it? Anyway, next up, The Mummy Returns. This is a bad one, but I do like it, so I've included it. But it's not a good film, but it's a fun film. It's Stephen Sommers, kind of at his worst. This is before Van Helsing, which is when his worst peaked, in my opinion. But this is like a rung below on his ladder to his peak. I can do anything on film. It doesn't have to make sense. But it kind of his downfall as well, I suppose, really. He went too far. But this is the start of that. The first Mummy film from 1999, what an amazing film, in my opinion. Took features of the original horror. It did have some horrific elements in it. The old Universal monsters. Mummy from, 1931, 32, something like that. Boris Karloff. But it took some of that, but added the adventure, the Indiana Jones style adventure, and all that stuff to it. And this one just tripled the the stakes, and it just went up really overboard with the effects and the crazy storyline. But it is a lot of fun. It is a lot of fun, and well worth a watch. It's worth watching for I forgot her name now. Rachel Weisz and whoever plays the bad, whoever plays an accident. Does it say what name? Patricia Velasquez. It's worth watching just for their fight, in my opinion. But a lot of fun. Oh, I would get The Rock in it. Gets a couple of lines. I remember at the time when he was still doing his wrestling at this point, so he used to come on like SmackDown and Raw, saying, "I'm starring in a big Hollywood film." He barely features in, and they had him saying his line from the film, and then he appears in CG at the end. And he looks terrible, but it's still great. I like The Mummy Returns. It's just not a good film. Next up, speaking of not good films that I like, that everybody seemed to hate, but I thought were pretty good. Pearl Harbor, Ben Affleck, Josh Hartnett again, and what's her face? Kate Beckinsale. In Michael Bay's adaptation of, well, what happened during the Japanese sneak attack on Pearl Harbor. Why is it in German down there? Oh, can you see it? Der Moment beschmickte Geschlicht in die Liebe and Gains. Whatever, I don't know. Why have I picked that one? I don't know. But anyway, it is a good film. Once it gets going, it takes a while to get going. But it doesn't suck, no matter what the song says from Team America. It is a pretty good film. And, you know, the war, the battle scenes, the attack and all that are really, really well made. It is... I think it's worth a look, but the love story kind of lets it down between Kate Beckinsale and Ben Affleck and that. Is it a love triangle between them three? I can't actually remember. It's been a while since I've seen it, but that kind of, you know, don't care about that. Just get to the action. But it's one of Michael Bay's better films, in my opinion. I'm not a huge Michael Bay fan. His films kind of get on my nerves a little bit, but this one's not too bad. I think my favourite Michael Bay film might be The Island. I really like that one. But anyway. No, not The Rock. No, not The Rock. Which is alright, but, you know, don't get me started. So there we go, Pearl Harbor. Right. Next up, speaking of bad... I've got a lot of bad films, haven't I? In this honourable mentions. Tim Burton's version of Planet of the Apes. Again, not a good film, but a film worth watching. If only for the makeup. So before they went CG, you know, with Rise of the Planet of the Apes, and I can't remember what the one now. What, the Rise of the Planet of the Apes, Dawn of the Planet of the Apes, War for the Planet of the Apes, and then there was another one recently, which were really good. I can't remember what it was called. Whatever. Before them, because they all went CG, didn't they, with the apes and stuff. But this one before that, and the all makeup effects, I think by Rick Baker. Well, the Rick Baker, does it say down here on the thingy? Probably doesn't. Special animation and visual effects. Oh, there we go. Rick Baker. Special makeup effects by Rick Baker, who brought you. I'm going the wrong way. The American Werewolf in London, that was Rick Baker, and King Kong 1976, that was Rick Baker. I'm sure he's done other stuff as well. But yeah. Who plays him now? I've forgotten. Tim Roth as is it General? I forgot the names. Not Theed. Don't sound right. Anyway, as the general, who's a chimpanzee, is amazing makeup effects. Michael Clark Duncan as a gorilla soldier, and Helena Bonham Carter, who weirdly looks more attractive as a chimpanzee than she does in real life. And she must have done to Tim Burton, because Tim Burton dumped his girlfriend of many years, Lisa Marie, and ran off with Helena Bonham Carter, didn't he, during the making of this film. But anyway, and him, Mark Wahlberg. Somebody else in it as well, the love interest, I forgot her name, Estella Warren. There we go. And we also get a cameo from... Me and names. From the original Planet of the Apes. One of the most famous actors of all time, Ben-Hur. Oh, I'm bloody hopeless. I get really angry with myself. I really, really do. Right, bear with me. I'll type his bloody name in. It'll come to me before I get there. Charlton Heston, there we go. That's what I'm thinking of, for Christ's sake. Yes, thank you, Josh. It does my head in. It really does. It does my head in, my bloody recall. Anyway, we get a brief cameo from Charlton Heston as an ape. I think he plays the father of Tim Roth's character, whose name I've forgotten, but I think he plays his dad. So he plays an ape, not as a human. And the line, they keep the line from the original, but they change it round. I think it's Michael Clark Duncan that says, "Get your filthy hands off me, you damn dirty human." He says that. Anyway, but yeah, not a great film, but worth watching. Worth watching, in my opinion. Right, next up, Bridget Jones's Diary, because I'm a sucker for kind of lovey-dovey stories. And this is a good one, I must admit, because it's got, let's say, Renée Zellweger, you know, looking nice, not like a bloody skinny scarecrow, whatever she looks like these days. When she played Bridget Jones, she actually piled weight on. Actually looked really nice. And then she doesn't lose it all when she's doing other stuff. Stupid woman. Anyway. Doing a pretty good English accent, in my opinion. And Justin's here. Yay! Hello, Justin. Pretty good English accent. She plays a good part in it, does Renée Zellweger. Anyway, she's got two love interests, Colin Firth and Hugh Grant, who's all gosh in this. But it is really, really funny, and I can't remember who directed it. Is it the fellow that directed Love Actually? I forgot his name. Richard Curtis? I don't think it is him, is it? Is it? No, it isn't. Sharon Maguire, who the hell's she? Is it? Has it got anything to do with Richard Curtis? I don't know. Yes, it is. He's one of the producers. There we go. I thought, because it feels like one of his. But yeah, Bridget Jones' Diary. A lot of fun. She plays like a journalist or something, doesn't she? But she gets into all these embarrassing scrapes and stuff, and it is very funny. I do like it. I don't know if I've seen any of the sequels. I think I've seen the second one, but I can't remember what it's called. I don't think I've seen any of the others. There was one quite recently, wasn't there? Does she have a kid or something like that? I've not seen that one. So anyway, but that's Bridget Jones' Diary, the first one, and probably the best, to be completely honest. Next up, Hannibal. Ridley Scott again. In the sequel to Silence of the Lambs. Where remember at the end of Silence of the Lambs, spoilers, Hannibal Lecter gets away, and in this we learn he's buggered off to Italy. I mean, at the end of Silence of the Lambs, it looked like we're in the Caribbean or somewhere like that, but anyway, he's gone off to Italy now. Is it Florence or somewhere like that? Somewhere like that, isn't it? And I forgot her name now. Clarice Starling, who's not played by Jodie Foster in this. She's played by somebody else, whose name I'm forgetting already. It says there, Julianne Moore. There we go. She tracks him down or whatever, and or somebody tracks him down. I don't think she actually goes to Italy. I don't think. I can't remember. It's a while since I've seen it. But anyway, he eats people, particularly Ray Liotta, which is fun, if a bit stomach churning. We've also got, what else have we got? Gary Oldman in an unrecognisable role as this guy who had his face eaten by Hannibal Lecter. So he's feeling it, but he wasn't killed, so he's feeling a bit bitter. But he comes to a sticky end. But yes, it is quite gruesome in places, but well worth a look. Well worth a look. Ridley Scott were busy, wasn't he, in 2001? But it's okay. A bit grisly in places, but not as good as Silence of the Lambs. It's not quite as grippy, but still, a fun horror film. This is all full blown horror. Is this one? Where Silence of the Lambs, well, more of a thriller in my opinion. Some people have said it's a horror film, but it's more of a a thriller. In my opinion, this is full blown horror. He's become like Freddy Krueger, is one of those sort of characters now, because he's on the loose, not cooped up in a cell. Speaking of horror, next up, Valentine. Who directed this one? Don't know. Jamie Blanks. No idea. They've done other stuff. No idea. This is another, a glossy, turn of the 21st century, glossy horror in the ilk of Scream, and I Know What You Did Last Summer, and those sort of films with a similar cast. David Boreanaz, who you may know from Angel, Denise Richards from loads of stuff, Marley Shelton, don't remember her, Katherine Heigl, who were in the other week in Under Siege 2 that we did, wasn't she? A Valentine's Day horror film. Somebody's going around killing people on Valentine's Day, and we've got to work out who it is, and I'll not tell you who it is, but who cares, really? You just want to see people getting offed in amusing ways, and they do in this film. It is a fun film, kind of a guilty pleasure. It's like Virus, that Jamie Lee Curtis film, that guilty pleasure film. It's not a good film really, but it's kind of well made, and you kind of like it. But you think, should I really like it? Well, I do, because it made me honourable mentions. Next, Enemy at the Gates, a war film, and a really good one, and about like the siege of Stalingrad. So it's from the Soviet perspective, obviously in English. There we go. As it says on the poster, Joseph Fiennes, Ray Fiennes' brother, I think it is, isn't it? Jude Law, proper wooden. That's what my mate always says. My mate doesn't like Jude Law. He always says proper wooden. I like Jude Law. Anyway, Rachel Weisz again, Bob Hoskins, and Ed Harris, who plays the German sniper. It's about sniper versus sniper, as you can see from because the sights on the poster, and it is really, really good and very tense. And I think, is it this one where I'm thinking of a different one? Is it this one with I forgot his name now. Does it say on the poster? Does it say, special appearance by this other fella? There we go. Ron Perlman. That's what I'm thinking of. Yes, that one. And music by James Horner. There we go. But it sounds like all these other scores. Justice says, excellent movie. Yes, it is. My brother's friend is a relative of the Russian sniper. Cool. The Jude Law character. But yeah, it is really good. Like I say, it's sniper versus sniper in Stalingrad, where the Germans are trying to take the city, and the Russians they've no resources or anything like that, and they end up eating wood and stuff like that, don't they, to stay alive. And it is really, really good. It's a really, really good film. One of them films that you watch and you think, blimey, that were really, really good. It's one of the film that you don't expect to be that good. But anyway, it's one of the under the radar films, isn't it? Anywho, so there we go, so that's Enemy at the Gates. What's next? Driven. This might have been one of the... Was it? Was this one of the earliest films I saw on DVD when DVDs started coming out? It might have been. Might not have been. It could have been. I don't know. But about IndyCar, starring Sylvester Stallone. It were going to be about Formula 1. I remember at the time. 'Cause I watched Formula 1. And I remember at the time that this film... Well, about a year or two before it came out, Sylvester Stallone were popping up at a lot of races, and they kept interviewing him. Yeah, I've got a film coming out about Formula 1. But obviously maybe they couldn't get the clearances or whatever, and it ended up being about IndyCar racing. But it's still a decent film with some great racing scenes. I think Rennie Harlin directed it, if I'm right. I don't know. I'll check again. I'll check. Driven, 2001. I think it's Rennie Harlin that directed it. Yes, it is Rennie Harlin. And I think Estella Warren's in it again. Yes, Estella Warren, who's just been in Planet of the Apes. She's in it. Burt Reynolds. Anyway, it's about Sylvester Stallone as like kind of an aging racer who's brought out of retirement or whatever to save this team. They've got an up-and-coming younger racer from Europe or whatever, and or somewhere like that, I can't remember. But it's all about the rivalries between teams and the shady dealings and kind of cheating that goes on. But it's still really really cool. Some of the CG's probably dated a bit, but there are some exciting racing scenes. It is worth a look, particularly with the F1 film that's come out this year. Maybe compare them. I've not seen the F1 film, so I don't know how to compare them. And I haven't seen this one for a while. But I remember at the time, I really liked it. I did really like it. So there we go. That's Driven with Sylvester Stallone. Next up, Evolution, however you want to pronounce it. David Duchovny, Orlando Jones, Sean William Scott. I know I'm reading the poster because you know what I'm like. And Julianne Moore again. We get a lot of the same names popping up, don't we, in my films for some weird reason. Directed by Ivan Reitman of Ghostbusters fame, and it does kind of have a little bit of a Ghostbusters feel to it, in my opinion. But instead of being about ghosts, it's about aliens, or aliens that land on inside an asteroid and take over like a cave, because it goes through, this asteroid crashes to Earth, goes through into a cave, an underground cave, and all. There's life on the asteroid, and it starts evolving, because that's why they call it evolution. And David Duchovny is an ex-military scientist who's checking it out along with Orlando Jones. Well, I think it's hilarious in this. But it is well worth a look, and some great effects in it. Some great effects, the creatures and stuff that they come up with. I think there's some practical creatures and some CG ones, and it is. I think it's an underrated film, as Justin has just said. Evolution. Good movie, underrated. I think it is as well. I think it is underrated. I think it's a really good film. But yeah, well worth a look. I'm sure it's available everywhere. Next up, Swordfish. This is the one where they paid, was it Halle Berry? I don't know, $10,000 for to get her boobs out. I think it's this film, isn't it? We've got John Travolta there playing a bad guy. Hugh Jackman, who's a hacker. It's all about hacking, computer hacking. And they want him to get into I don't know, I can't remember the story, to be honest. I just remember, it's a while since I've seen it. Don Cheadle, there he is. But the kind of bribe him or blackmail him, that's it, to hack this computer for whatever reason. But I think he ends up working for the government as well. He's doing like a double agent or whatever. But it is quite exciting, I must admit. And you get to see Halle Berry's boobs, which is a good thing, in my opinion. So that's Swordfish. It might be one of the earliest films that I acquired completely legally off the internet. Right, Scary Movie 2. More cheekiness from the Wayans brothers. A lot of fun. I think, is this the one with the mashed potato fella? I think he's there, isn't he? Yes, it is. And his strong hand. Take my hand, take my strong hand. His little decrepit hand. There's no story to speak of. It's just the same as the first one. Just a lot of fun. Very naughty. After this, the Scary Movie films went more down the airplane route, didn't they? I think the Zucker brothers, or Pat Proft or whatever, took over and went more with the slapstick and visual comedy and stuff than the cheeky adult comedy. But this is still a lot of fun, and another one I haven't seen for a long time, I must admit. I'll have to look them up. Right, next up, Final Fantasy: The Spirits Within. Another film which didn't do well. It's Square Studios, whatever they call them, Square Enix, I don't know what they're called now. It's listed there, Square Pictures. The company that did the Final Fantasy games, Final Fantasy 7 and all that, They decided to make a film, but they didn't make the film with anything to do with the Final Fantasy games. There's no chocobos in this or anything like that. Or, I can't remember what they call it now. Mako, don't sound right, that. It is Mako, isn't it? Mako reactors, the energy source that all the games seem to use. Nothing of that, none of that. It seems set on Earth. None of the Final Fantasy games I don't think are ever set on Earth, have they? But, it's set on Earth in the future, and it's basically about alien ghosts that are coming to Earth for some reason. Can't remember the detail. I think like with a meteor or something. A meteorite crashed, bringing all these alien ghosts of all these animals from this other planet to Earth. And as the ghosts pass through you, they take all your life force and you die. And it's trying to stop. And so Earth has kind of become overrun by them, and they're trying to stop it and save the Earth. And it is really a really good film, and it's one of these groundbreaking CG. It still does have that uncanny valley, but it's better CG than Robert Zemeckis' films like Polar Express and films like that. But yes, Justin says Final Fantasy is a classic. I won't go that far, but it is good. And yes, it was ahead of its time. It's probably why it didn't do quite as well as it should have done, in my opinion. But with a lovely theme song from Laura Fabian. I really like the song from this film. And Ming Na as the voice of Ellie Ross. I can't remember. Something like that. Ross, anyway, is the last name. And there's other famous people in it as well, providing voices. But yes, it is well worth a look. It is well worth a look. But don't expect any Chocobo races or anything like that. That's not happening. Right, another sequel to a comedy, American Pie 2. Genuinely can't remember what happens in this. I think I've only seen the first one and this one, and I forgot what happens. The first one obviously gets caught with the pie, and the fun and games about that. And I can't remember what this one's about. Justin says, classic, just got out of high school when it came out, American Pie 2. But yeah, I can't remember what happens in this one. But I just remember laughing. Is this the one with the party, or was that the first one? I can't remember. But it is funny. And it's cheeky and all that stuff. This is where she talks about going to band camp because she's got a flute. Or is that in all of them? I don't know. But anyway, so there we go. American Pie 2. All the usual gang from the first film. Go through the names if you can see them. Jason Biggs, the pie effer. Shannon Elizabeth, there she is. Alison Hannigan, there she is. From Buffy, Chris Klein, I don't know which one he is. I genuinely don't know. Him, maybe? I don't know. Or maybe him or him. I have no idea. Natasha Lyonne, Thomas blah blah blah. Tara Reid, we know her, don't we? Where's Tara Reid? Is she on? There she is, there's Tara Reid. Sean William Scott, is he in this picture? Oh, there he is, yeah. Leaning over. Mina Savari, there she is. I don't know what people saw in her. She's got a massive forehead. She was in American Beauty, wasn't she? I think that was Mina Savari. And I was thinking, what does he see in her? I don't know. I forgot his name as well now. Never mind. Who else? And other people. Oh, and Eugene Levy. There he is. He was probably the funniest character in the film, to be completely honest. As Jason Biggs' dad. I think he's like transgressed this film and become like, more than the film itself, hasn't he? But anyway. Right. Off we go. That's American Pie 2. I'm going to have to watch these again. It's just finding time, innit? Because I hadn't seen them for a long time. I just remember really enjoying them at the time, which is why I've included them. Horror, we're off to horror now. It's more spooky, chiller than horror. Nicole Kidman in The Others. A ghost story. It's a little bit like, I don't know, The Innocents or, The Haunting, that sort of thing, where not a lot happens in it, to be completely honest, but it is spooky. Nicole Kidman plays a mother who lives on in the Channel Islands, which is a set of UK islands off the French coast. They were the only part of the British Isles to ever be invaded by the Nazis in World War II. I think this is set just after that. Oh, the Nazis had gone. They'd pulled out, so I think we're coming to the end of World War II. Her husband is away fighting, and she's got 2 kids that have something wrong with them, that the skin is really sensitive and the sunlight will burn them. So she has all the windows and stuff boarded up so they don't get hurt by the sunlight. But there's always this fog that shrouds the house, because the house is like alone on these grounds. And then they start seeing ghosts and stuff like that, and it is all spooky and super atmospheric. I think it says, "Oh, you used to love this one, and about this one, the others." And it's super atmospheric, and it has a bit of a twist ending. I won't spoil it. If you know, you know. But yes, it is really, really good. Really, really good is the others, and I'm trying to remember who else is in it. What they call him? That's the famous British comedy actor, Eric Sykes. That's it. Eric Sykes is in it, and who else? I'll look it up. There's loads of famous faces. I think that's been in a few Star Trek episodes, if I'm thinking right. Yes, Fionnuala Flanagan. She's done quite a bit of Star Trek. Christopher Eccleston plays her husband. And Eric Sykes as well. I think there he is, yes. So, yeah, well worth a watch. I think, is it in this one? I don't know. The famous scene in this, that's all these films have, that one famous scene. The famous scene in this were kind of parodied. Was it in Scary Movie 2 or was it in the next one? It parodied in one of the Scary Movie films. So, it's that good. Right, next up, Ghosts of Mars. This is definitely a guilty pleasure, because this film is rubbish. It is bloody awful. But I still kind of like it. It's weird. A John Carpenter film. And the story is, this was supposed to be a Escape from New York sequel. We've done Escape from New York, Escape from LA, and I think it was supposed to be Escape from Mars. And we were supposed to be getting Snake Plissken back, but for whatever reason that never happened, and instead of Kurt Russell, we got Ice Cube on Mars, but with Natasha Henstridge, which is always a good thing. And what else have we got? Have we got Pam Grier? Yes, Pam Grier is always worth a look. And Clea Duvall. I like Clea Duvall. I think she's good in everything she does. She was in one of the Grudge films, and she was in The Faculty. It's always good. And Jason Statham, a solid pair of hands. And it essentially is just doing Assault on Precinct 13 on Mars. That's basically what it is. But Josh says, we need a Snake movie again. His character deserves to live on. Yes, and I think he could do it. I think Kurt Russell could come on and do Old Man Snake one last time. Why not? Why not? John Carpenter, if he didn't want to do it himself, he'd say, fine, just write me a cheque, because he's like that with the Halloween films, isn't he? But yeah, anyway, some Ice Cube plays like this prisoner, and they're transporting him on like a train on Mars. Why on Mars? I don't know. Well, I know why, because they want these Martians to appear. And they're essentially zombies. It's called Ghosts of Mars. The spirits of the former inhabitants of Mars start taking over people in this colony town, or whatever you want, outpost town on Mars. And so they possess them, and they're a bit like Reavers off Firefly and Serenity. They start, mutilating themselves. They're putting piercings in them and all that stuff. And they essentially become zombies. And they descend on this group here who've got to hole up in a fortification and try and fight their way out and all that stuff. And it's not a good film, but it is. I do like it. Let's say it's a guilty pleasure. As I said before, like that film Virus with Jamie Lee Curtis. That's not a good film, but I like it. I like Catwoman with Halle Berry. Not a good film, but I'll always sit and watch it all the way through. Anyway. Wingress says they've had rumours of working on Escape from Earth the past few years. Well, we'll see, won't we? We'll see. Well, I said this was supposed to be Escape from Mars, wasn't it? Or something like that. But anyway, it is... I'll say it like I said with all of them, it's worth a look. Even though I can't recommend it as a good film, it's a fun film, and I really like it. So there. So... next up, Jane Silent Bob Strike Back, the Viewer Skewniverse, probably the most fun of all the Viewer Skewniverse films, in my opinion, because it just goes everywhere. Jane Silent Bob find out that their characters have been stolen or whatever. I think is it Ben Affleck's character? I think he plays two people in this, I think. It's sold their likenesses because they appeared in comics. In the other films, the other Viewer Skewniverse films, they appeared in like comics. The Jane Silent Bob, and their likenesses have been sold to Hollywood, and so they're not happy about it. So they're going to go to Hollywood and sort it all out, and hilarity ensues. And there's loads of guest stars as usual. Like I said, Ben Affleck and Chris Rock, Jason Mewes is a star, Jason Lee, there he is, Will Ferrell, who's not in it much, but it's funny because they end up somehow with an orangutan, can't remember how, but Shannon Elizabeth, again, multiple people popping up in the same things, and there's a funny Scooby-Doo part in this film. Oh, they also come across Carrie Fisher. So there's a bit of fun with that as well. But yeah, it is very, very funny. Well, I think it is. Oh, Mark Hamill appears at the end as Cockknocker. You've got to see it to believe it. Yeah, you genuinely have. So it's going to be going through my head all the time now. And he's the commander of a certain group. He calls himself it. The way Jason Mewes delivers his lines is just hilarious. Anyway, there we go. Jane Silent Bob Strike Back. Probably my favourite of the Viewer Skewniverse films. That's we've had Clerks 2, Mallrats. What else was there? Chasing Amy. The other one, Dogma. We've had Clerks 3, or whatever the latest Clerks film were called. Is that it? And this? Oh no, we had another Jane Silent Bob film, didn't we? Because they were grown, they had kids, they had a kid or something, didn't they, or whatever. I don't know if I've seen it, can't remember. Anyway, Jane Silent Bob Strike Back. Very, very funny. Next up, From Hell. Comic book, speaking of comic books, adaptation based on the comic book by... It'll say on the poster, won't it? It'll say on the poster. Probably, maybe, there we go. Alan Moore, that's what I'm thinking of, and Eddie Campbell. Did Alan Moore like this one? Probably not. He never likes the movie adaptations of his works, does he? But I really like it. It's Jack the Ripper. It's a Jack the Ripper adaptation. Johnny Depp plays Inspector Aberline. Heather Graham plays Mary Kelly. Is it Mary Kelly? The last of Jack the Ripper's victims. It's a pretty good movie. Yes, it is. I think we've done it on Friday Night Apart with Fear, I think. I'm sure we have. But yeah, I really like it. I think it's really good. Very atmospheric. Is this the one with... just let me see. Yes, Ian Holm. There we go. Ian Holm is in it as well. As the Royal Doctor or something like that, isn't he? Wingress, he hated this, and that's what started him to take his name off all future adaptations. What a div. I bet he still takes the money, though, doesn't he? Bet he still takes the money. What a knob. Anyway, I'm not a fan of Alan Moore. I like his works, but him as a person, it just seems a bit of an idiot. You write comics, mate. Christ. So anyway, there we go. From Hell. It is quite gruesome in places, but it's more of a detective story really than a horror film. But it is very atmospheric and Heather Graham doesn't make it to the end of the film. He gives the money to his co-workers. Yeah, I bet he does. Next up, I think this might be the last one. Yes, this is the last one. Donnie Darko. There's two versions of this, isn't there? There's like the theatrical version, there's another version. I think I've got the other version. I can't remember what the differences are. It's been a while since I've seen it. Jake Gyllenhaal and various other people. It says up there. Drew Barrymore, that's what I'm thinking of, and Patrick Swayze. There we go. And the others. They're the famous people that's in it. From Richard Kelly, who brought us the box that we covered the other week. It's I don't know, is it a horror film? Not really. Is it a sci-fi fantasy? I'm not sure. It's a weird one. Donnie Darko. Jake Gyllenhaal plays Donnie Darko. Is that his name? Is that his actual name in the film? I can't remember, but anyway. I think he has dreams about the end of the world, but the end of the world that happens is not exactly what he thought it was going to be. Donnie Darko is good but overrated. Maybe so, but it's still good. The biggest difference is they try to actually explain things in the non-theatrical cut. I can't remember. I have got it, but it's a while since I've seen it. I didn't mind the sequel either, S. Darko, about his sister. I didn't mind that either, to be honest. But, so he has these visions, dreams, or whatever, about the end of the world, where he sees this rabbit, somebody in a rabbit mask, and it does explain it at the end. It all comes together, these weird, disjointed visions / dreams that he has. And, it has a twist ending, I suppose you could say. But, it's a good, I don't know, dialogue-based, character-driven film. It's one of those sort of films. A film like Quentin Tarantino or somebody else. I'm trying to think of another film that's like dialogue. Oh, what's his face? Kevin Smith. Them sort of films. It's all about the characters and stuff like that. And it's this one where Drew Barrymore tells us that the most beautiful word in the English language is cellar door. What the hell does cellar door mean? I don't know, but let's look it up. I know it was an album by Magnum. Cellar door. Lots of companies called that. Cellar door in English. Here we go. Go away. Sorry, it's the accept or reject thing. A person who guards prisoners in a jail. Oh, warder. Cellar door is a warder. All right. There you go. Or janitor or porter. But apparently it's the most beautiful word in the English language, according to Drew Barrymore. Yes, it's also the door of a cellar. A cellar door. But it is also a Magnum album. I think it is anyway, because I've got it. It is cellar door, isn't it? Let me have a look. No, it's not finding it. Maybe I've got it wrong. Magnum, by the way, is an amazing British rock band. And they're... bear with me. And their lead guitarist slash person who formed the band, Tony Clarkin, passed away recently. But anyway, it's Mirador. Mirador, I'm thinking of. That's the name of their album, Mirador, not Cellar Door. Yeah, I were close. Anywho. So there we go. I think that was the last one. Yes, so that was the last one. So there we go. So that's the honourable mentions. We go through them in reverse order. So we had Donnie Darko, From Hell, Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back, Giggles Aplenty, Ghosts of Mars, Guilty Pleasure, The Others, Chills Galore, In the Fog, American Pie 2, can't remember what happens, I just remember laughing my arse off at it. It's Stifler's mom in this one. Final Fantasy, Spirits Within, groundbreaking CG, and a bit of a weak story, but well worth a look. Scary Movie 2, Take My Strong Hand. Swordfish gets boobs out. That's all anybody remembers about that film. but she got paid a lot for it. Evolution, 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 with David Duchovny and Julianne Moore and others. Shaw William Scott. Half of these films have got the same casting, haven't they? That I've picked. It's weird, isn't it? A lot of fun. Driven, Sylvester Stallone, just by the eyes. Should have been F1, but obviously couldn't come to an arrangement, ended up being about IndyCar. Whatever. Enemy at the Gates. I said Jude Law versus Ed Harris in the Battle of Stalingrad during World War II. Valentine, another kind of a guilty pleasure. It is a pretty good film, though. It's all glossy and well shot, and I think Denise. Spoilers. I think Denise Richards gets boiled to death in a jacuzzi. Yay! I think it's her. Next up, Hannibal. Anthony Hopkins returns as Hannibal Lecter and eats people in it, and does other gruesome things to other people. Bridget Jones's Diary, Renée Zellweger, when she was actually nice looking and not like this bony skeleton she is these days. But it is a funny film, and it's the sort of thing, because I'm a big softie. I like stuff like this and Love Actually. I'm a sucker for, because I'm a big girl's blouse. Planet of the Apes, Tim Burton's Planet of the Apes. Not a good film, but great makeup effects and some good good visual effects in it as well. The ending doesn't make any sense really, but whatever. Pearl Harbor, it doesn't suck, but got some great battle scenes in it. Nobody cares about the characters. You just want to get to the action. Really. Mummy Returns, another film that's not good, but it is good, but it's not great. It's not as a patch on the original, on the first one, but it is a lot of fun. And get the Blu-ray or the DVD and listen to the commentaries on it. That they're a lot of fun. Particularly, I think it's Stephen Summers, where they were talking about the kid in the film, their son, who's actually, they're not showing him on this, are they? Their son in this, he gets kidnapped by the bad guys, and he keeps leaving them clues how to find them, and he keeps fashioning these super elaborate models and stuff. And in the commentary, Stephen Summers is saying, how can this 10-year-old kid make these amazing to scale models of where this kid's been, in Egypt, all these statues and stuff, and he's just fashioned them out of sand. And the production designer says, well, I used to. I thought, well, yeah, that's probably why you become a production designer. He's like a prodigy. But anyway, The Mummy Returns. Not great, but fun. And it's got The Rock in it as well. Saying, Hakuna Matata. It doesn't say that, but it looks like it does. Shrek, the film that launched the franchise. It is very, very funny and a lot of fun, and there we go. That's all I can say about it, really, isn't it? And get out of my swamp. That's what he says, doesn't he? Monsters Inc. When Pixar used to make good films, and Billy Crystal as Mike Wazowski is one of the greatest comedy characters of all time, in my opinion. But that thing back where it came from also helped me. That. Great film. AI, artificial intelligence. Haley Joel Osment plays a little robot kid who gets cast aside by his owners. It is really sad, and it always has me crying. And he goes looking for the blue fairy. Does he find her? I'm not telling you. You'll have to watch it. Black Hawk Down, my second favourite Ridley Scott film. After Gladiator. Really, really good war film. Based on a true story. And really, really good. That's all I can say about it. It is very gripping, and some big stars in it, and all that. And lastly, Tomb Raider, Lara Croft Tomb Raider, starring Angelina Jolie, in the first of the Tomb Raider movies, which is miles better than the other two. The other two are okay, I don't mind them. But this one's miles better. This is more like the game than the other two. Although the third one with Alicia Vikander, there we go, a name came to me after an hour and 13 minutes. Alicia Vikander, that that film was actually more like the reboot game of Tomb Raider than this was of any of the other games, but this one is more fun. This one feels more like the games. But, so there we go. You say her name all the time and always forget. I say all the names all the time and I always forget. So that were the honourable mentions. So we'll do the top 5 again. We'll do the top 5 again, and then I'll bugger off and let you get about your days. Oh dear. There it is. There we go. So first up, we had Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone, and then we had its sequel, Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone. Now, they're the same film, but for some reason, America wanted to call it the Sorcerer's Stone. Did they call the book the Sorcerer's Stone as well? I honestly don't know. Honestly don't know. But we called it the Philosopher's Stone because that's what it's about. Or something. Anyway, then Lord of the Rings, The Fellowship of the Ring, that first part of the greatest trilogy ever made. In the US, yes, they did. All right, fair enough. Great. I always rewatch these at this time of year, the Lord of the Rings trilogy, when the evenings start. When the evenings start drawing in. And I get the candles lit, get it all cosy, and bang Lord of the Rings on. Then when we get close to Christmas, Harry Potter, that comes on. So there we go, that Lord of the Rings, The Fellowship of the Ring. And then Atlantis, The Lost Empire. One of my favourite Disney animated features. Well worth a look. A good rollicking adventure with no songs in it. With Michael J. Fox and others, James Garner, Claudia Christensen doing the voices, and Leonard Nimoy. Well worth a look. Don't think it did very well at the cinema, although we did get a sequel, a straight-to-video sequel called Milo's Return, which I've not seen, so I don't know what it's like. Although my son does have it on DVD, but I've not actually seen it. I imagine it'll be on Disney Plus. I imagine. But yeah, I like it because it's all about, it's a bit of like Eric von Daniken type stuff in it. Lost civilizations and technology and stuff like that. It's all that sort of stuff. Ancient aliens, etc. All that kind of thing. It was less a sequel, more like a cancelled TV show. They smooshed, excuse me, into a movie. Is it? Honestly, I've not seen it. Was it like a pilot for a TV series, maybe? Because they used to do that a lot, didn't they, back in the day? They should do that more, I think. Bring back pilot season, where they do like a feature-length pilot for a TV series. And if the series gets picked up, fair enough. If it doesn't, well, they've got a movie of the week that they can show, haven't they? They used to do that a lot, didn't they, back in the day? They did that for a few movies that didn't do well. And they were already working on the show, so they took the episodes and turned it into a fake movie. Oh, right, fair enough. I'll have to have a look. And I imagine the animation's not as good quality as this one. But anyway, so that was Atlantis. I don't know what number we're up to. That 3? I don't know, I can't remember. Yes, it is. Number 4, Jeepers Creepers. One of my favourite horror films. With Justin Long and Gina Phillips. Going up against Jonathan Breck's Creeper. And it's very creepy in places. The great twist that I didn't see coming when I first saw it, and the great ending. It's got, in my opinion, one of the best endings for a horror film going, because it's not a happy ending. Spoilers. Anyway, and finally for my top 5, Jurassic Park 3. I really like Jurassic Park 3. I don't know how it gets a bad rap, but I think it's a really good film. And I think people don't like, for some reason, people don't like the dream sequence, with the raptor going, Alan. And I was like, it's a dream, he's dreaming. Because he knows he's got that thing, hasn't he? He's got that, what they call it, resonating chamber or whatever that can blow through, that makes a noise somehow that confuses raptors. And so he knows that they can vocalise, so that's probably why he's dreaming about it. But anyway, I think it's a really good film, and with a great fight between a Spinosaurus and a T-Rex, which I think has been proven now that a T-Rex will probably win, but in this it doesn't. But anyway, so there we go. So that's my top 5 of 2001. A Toy Goddessy. Right, so there we go. That's it for another year. Couldn't it title for a song, isn't it? That's it for another year. I'll have to write that down. Anyway, right. So what's coming up in 2002? I do have a list, but I haven't got it out. So just bear with me. Because I forgot. I did it today, and I've already forgotten. I've already forgotten what I picked. Scroll all the way down. I've still got my full list going back to 1967. 2001. Oh, I'll put my strike through, because my list is in WordPad, so I can put a strike through so I know I've done that year. And save that. Right, 2002. Obviously, we've got another Lord of the Rings film. I bet you can't guess what that one is. And another Harry Potter film. I bet you can't guess what that is either. Anyway, we've got superhero, space films, a couple of space films. Well, more than one space film. More horror. A James Bond film that's not in the top 5. I'll let you know that straight away, which is weird, even though I do really like it. As I said at the beginning, some of the ones that are in the honourable mentions could go into the top 5 at any time. At any time. For instance, I could swap for 2001. I could have swapped Jeepers Creepers with, I don't know, Shrek or something like that at any time. But I didn't. I had to make a decision for a top 5, didn't I? So that's what I do. Anyway, horror films, some more war films, because there were a lot of war films at the turn of the century for some reason, weren't there? They were all the rage, and and some sci-fi and all that stuff, and some comedy. And all that, yeah. So there we go. 26 honourable mentions for 2002. There were 29, and I forced myself to delete 3 of them. And I honestly can't remember what 3 I deleted. What 3 did I delete? Don't know. I'm gonna go and look. Oh, where are we? In my just bear with me. I'm gonna look in my history. See what 3 I deleted. I'll tell you the 3 that I deleted. If I can find them. Do. Where are we? That's 2001. What are we looking at them for? There we go. 2002. Oh no, because I hadn't collected. I was going to look to see if it, because I saved the posters, and I hadn't saved the posters yet. I've just done the list, and I can't remember which ones I picked. I'm looking at the wrong thing now because I'm stupid. I picked the wrong thing. Oh, I've got all the way back down again. Where's the list? See if I can remember. Just looking at the list of films for that year. Let's have a look. See if I can remember which ones I took out. I bet I can't remember. There's some films I didn't include to start with, such as Queen of the Damned. I didn't include that. This is for 2002, by the way. Which is a film I quite liked. And The Time Machine, the remake of The Time Machine, which I mentioned earlier. Which I didn't include that either. But again, a film that I didn't mind. I don't know. Which one, though, did I include and then took out again? But the moon. What do you mean? The Time Machine. Yes, the moon got fractured, didn't it? Yes, it's a while since I've seen it. Yes. Orlando Jones in that again, isn't it? Is it Orlando Jones? Yes, it is. Plays like a hologram, doesn't he? In that. I think that one. Hang on, let me check. Let me check my list. Let's have a look. Yes. I did originally include, this is for 2002, so this is for next time, Eight-Legged Freaks. I did include that at first and then took it out again. Because I've not seen it for a long time. I remember, I did quite enjoy it, but I can't remember how much I enjoyed it, so I took it out again. What else? There's two more I've got to find. I can't remember which ones I picked. I think I've taken that out as well. Yes, let me check. Yes, I also included Bowling for Columbine. I remember that. The documentary, Michael Moore documentary. I thought I'll put that in, and I thought, nah, I'll take it out again. Because I did like it, because it makes you think, doesn't it? But I took it out again. What's the last one? See if I can work out what the last one was. Oh no, that one's still there. Oh dear. Oh cracky. Is it that one? Nope, that one's still there. I've got my finger up, don't I? I don't know the last one. What? I can't remember. Whatever. Doesn't really matter. Right, so there we go. We'll leave it there. We're all done and dusted for another time. For 2001, that was my top 5 favourite movies of 2001. Not the best ones, just my personal favourites. And what were the 23 honourable mentions? They're getting longer and longer, the honourable mentions, as we go on. But so there we go. What's coming up next? On Friday, we've got Appointment with Fear, and it looks like it's going to be The Conjuring. The first Conjuring movie. That is ahead in the poll, a long way ahead in the poll over Annabelle Creation and The Nun. But it looks like it's going to be The Conjuring. Next Monday, because we're in spooky season now, so each of my Magnificent Mondays for the month of October are going to be like spooky-ish films that are not horror films. So we're doing Ghostbusters 2 on Monday. We did first Ghostbusters probably last year, I can't remember, but we do Ghostbusters 2, which I really like. Some people don't like Ghostbusters 2, but I do. But it's more or less a remake of the first one, ish, isn't it? But still worth a look. And other ones that we're going to be doing, I haven't decided which order these are going to be in, but we're going to have like World War Z, Monster House, what else? The Mummy. We're doing The Mummy, the 1999 one, and another one. I forgot what. I forgot what I've picked. What's the other one? Ghostbusters 2, Monster House, which is a lot of fun. I like that film. The Mummy, and another one which I can't remember. I forgot. I think I found. Let me look in my folders. I think I downloaded the trailer. Monster Squad. So we'll be doing those in the next month or so for Magnificent Mondays. Wingray says, I'm a sucker. I usually like the sequels better, or at least equally. Well, it all depends, doesn't it? That's it. The Mummy Returns. It's not as good as the first one, in my opinion, but it is fun. I suppose that's the main point. But anyway, right, so that's what's coming up. And as I said, on 29th of October, which is a Wednesday, we'll be doing my top 10 favourite horror films of all time. And loads of honourable mentions in there as well. But that's coming up. Right, so we'll leave it there. So thanks, Win Grace and Justin and Josh Temple with his harpoon aimed at my head, probably. And I think we had a stream boo, didn't we, pop in? I'm sure we saw a stream boo somewhere. Did we? I'm sure I saw a stream boo. There it is. There we go. Cheap viewers on Stream Boo. I still don't know what Stream Boo is. No idea. That's on Twitch, obviously. Let me check over on Rumble. Make sure there's no messages, no chats on Rumble. I keep forgetting to check. Very rarely is, and as usual, there's none. None over on Rumble. So, but I've got to check. Right, so we'll leave it there. Hang on. It's just like that they don't have to do all the setup in sequels, or at least lots of times. Well, it depends who's done it on the sequel. Sometimes they've got to have, let you know, bring you up to speed, don't they? But sometimes they just get on with it, don't they? Anyway. Right, so I'm going to go now, and I don't know what I'm going to do. Probably watch another scary film. I started, because it's the 1st of October, I started my A to Z, or A to Z, of Halloween. I try and watch a film, beginning with each letter of the alphabet, going through the month. So an A, and I'm looking for them on Prime / Shudder, because I subscribe to Shudder through Amazon Prime. And A was that I picked. I just saw it. Amityville Apartment, and it was bloody awful. Terrible, really bad film. But never mind. Deathbed for D. Well, if it's on Amazon Prime, maybe I'll have a look. I don't know. I'm picking for B for tomorrow. We will see. I will put it in the community section when I watch it. Right, so we'll leave it there. So thanks for watching, and wherever you are, look after each other. Don't forget to like and subscribe and all that stuff. And until next time, I'll see you there.
That old Yorkshire Geek with stories